Hello and welcome to today's flight. Today we're heading out of London Gatwick Airport in this British Airways A320neo, and we're flying over to Gothenburg, Sweden. Just looking at the availability of air traffic control, there was a couple kicking around us, but they've gone offline. We'll pick up some more over in the Nordic countries, but at the moment we're going to be on Honeycomb, as there's nobody online down here at Gatwick. We'll see when we're ready to go. But we are here in the freeware Gatwick add-on, as you can see by the gate here with the numbers and the advertisement and everything. Looking really good. But let's get on board the aircraft and we'll start getting everything ready to go. Alright, let's get the dome light on so we can see what we're doing. As per normal, the maintenance guys have got the aircraft plugged in and power to it. So, parking brake is confirmed on. Chocks are removed, ground power is connected, throttles are confirmed at idle. Engine master is to normal. Batteries are on. Generator switches are on. External power is on. Adheres are aligning. And we'll get the panel lights up. I am using version 5.0, actually the latest dev version. I don't know how much different it is from 5.0 of the fly-by-wire NX A320. Let's get all these lights up. Get the overhead. I always forget that one. There we go. And we'll get down here. One thing I have noticed, and it's not the fly-by-wire mod I have checked, is for some reason my beacon light here won't go on and off. I've played around with the mods. I've stripped all my mods out and tried its stock default. That still does it. So not exactly sure what's happening there. Anyway, this is the latest version, which gives us some extra things here. I just gotta find, there we go, sim brief. That's all set in, so if I go to my initialization page, I can do my request. And that's uplinked, and that is pulled in my flight plan, just like they do in the real world, where they get it from the central dispatchers. This has done the same thing, and it's uploaded my SimBrief flight plan. It's got my alternate, my call sign, my cost index, my cruising altitude, and if we go to init B, I just have to enter in my information here. Yeah, we know it's lost. You're working on that. So our zero fuel weight, it's 54.6, and our center of gravity is 27.19. It should round up to 0.2. Yeah, and our block fuel today is 6.4. 6.4. There we go. And our winds today is a tailwind of 50 knots, is what it averages out to be. So that will go in, and that does our calculation. So we should have a minimum of 1.7 tons of fuel on board when we get to Gothenburg. Excellent. So we'll finish off our checks here. Landing gear is down. Flaps are up. Spoilers are up. Fuel quantity was checked. We'll get the signs on, and we will get the people to start boarding. Cabin crew, you are clear to start boarding. There we go. So we'll do the weather. We'll get the weather report sent to us here. Weather request for both our departure and arrival airports. That is now sent off, and we can finish our flight planning. From EGKK, we are going to be departing on, we just see 26 left, and we're using the Fran 1X departure. Oh, somebody's getting their ATC star. Fran 1X departure. And no transition, so we will insert that into the flight plan. And we'll leave the destination for a bit until we get closer and get a better weather count. So if we look at our departure, we're basically going to fly out, make a right turn up and around, and fly out here, then turn left, head up that way. And then we head up the east coast of England, head out over the North Sea. We're going to cross over Denmark, across the Baltic Sea, and all the way up here to Gothenburg, which is on the western coast of Sweden. And that is looking fantastic there. So we can go back to ARC, put you to there, and you can go up to 40 on your side. So the flight plan is good. We'll go to performance. It's going to be a flaps 1 with 1.0 up on the stabilizer. Let's go to the charts. Transition altitude will be 6,000 feet, which is standard for down here. And 128, 129, and 133 are RV speeds. Flex step at 67. So that is all set. Now we should have our weather back. Yeah, company message. Go to the menu and
Hello,
messages.
ladies and gentlemen, I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bin. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to assist you. If the overhead bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required. If you are not able or prefer not to perform these actions, please let a flight attendant know so you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
So one other thing they have set up here, let's see if it's in options. Somewhere you can set up here you go, default barrow, so you can set it to, since we do a lot of flying in Europe, we're going to set it to hectopascals, so it should always default the aircraft to that from now on. So that will be great. So we don't have a default IFR code, so we're going to use 2000. That's fine. We do have speed restriction or altitude restrictions to deal with. The first of them being 4,000 feet, so we'll set that to 4,000. Alright. So flap open, we will get the APU up and running. Let's get the crew oxygen on. Emergency exits armed. Well, the emergency lighting anyway. Heat going in the back.
We're ready to go when you are.
Alright, everybody's on board. We'll let the ramp guys know where we stand.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight
We will be ready
790.
shortly.
Our flight time
Okay,
will
I
be
will
roughly
hold.
1 hour and 26 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Alright, I think we're pretty much ready to go. Everything is up. I got my nav lights on, beacon lights are on, APU is coming up. So as soon as that is ready, we are good to push back and get ready to go. Let's just I'm not flying into Munich today. No, it looks like somebody just took off out of here. Alright. Let's take a look around very quickly. See who's in the area. So they got a little bit of Christmas lighting going on. Alright, well, we look pretty good. So we're going to go back and we're going to push back and then we're going to go tail to the right so that we're facing eastward here. A few aircraft in the area by the looks of it. I think we're all set and ready to go.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
It's going to be a short push, so I'm going to wait till we're kind of on the taxiway before I start the engines. There we go. I just got to get around this pillar here for the bridge.
You're cleared behind and you can start your engines at your discretion.
There's the pillar. Alright. Looks like the wing is clear of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Going to explain the emergency procedures on this British Airways aircraft. The captain and the crew are here for your safety. It is important that you pay attention and follow instructions carefully. First, check your seatbelt is securely fastened. Insert the metal tag into the buckle and tighten by pulling on the loose end. To unfasten, simply lift up the metal flap on the buckle and pull apart. You'll find the seatbelt sign in the panel above
Thanks,
your
and you can
head.
disconnect and go to
When
hand
it's
signals.
on, you must
Have a good
fasten your
flight. See you later.
seatbelt. We'll provide extension seatbelts for infants. We suggest you keep your seatbelt fastened and visible during our flight, even when the sign is off. Your life jacket is either beside or underneath your seat. To use it, take it out of the container and place it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and tie them securely in a double bow at your side. Inflate your life jacket when you leave the aircraft. We will supply life cots for babies and life jackets for children. In the unlikely event of the aircraft having to make an emergency landing, you'll be told to take this protective brace position. But when seated facing rearwards in Club World, you must
There's somebody
adopt
over
this
there.
position. We will now explain how to leave the aircraft in an emergency. Move quickly to the closest usable exit, taking nothing with you. High-heeled shoes must be taken off as they may tear the evacuation slide. Emergency lighting, including floor-level lighting, will help you find
Engine
your
1
way
good
to
start,
the
starting engine number
is
2.
clearly signed. There are 2 exits at the rear of the aircraft and 2 at the front of each cabin section. Your crew will now point out the exits nearest to you. To open the doors, move the handle in the direction of the red arrow. Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. The slides can also be inflated by pulling this handle. Jump onto the slide and move away from the aircraft. If the aircraft has landed on water, these slides detach to form rafts. As you leave the aircraft, inflate your life jacket by pulling the red tag. If necessary, blow into this mouthpiece to top up the air. The life jacket is fitted with a light and a whistle. Your oxygen mask is behind the panel just above your head. If the cabin air system
And there's
should
engine
fail,
number 2,
this
good
will be
start.
released. Stay in your
Master
seat and
off,
pull the mask
APU
towards
off.
you to open your supply. Please note that the bag does not inflate. Place it over your mouth and nose and adjust the band to secure it.
Pre-taxi
Then breathe
checklist.
normally.
Pro heats
To make
are
sure
on.
your own mask is correctly
Heading
fitted
indicators
before
are
helping anyone
correct.
else.
Standby
In
instruments
some
are
areas,
set.
you release the mask by
Radios
pulling
and
on this colored
avionics
streamer. If you're in a
set.
Club World sleeper
Autopilot
seat, you may need to reach through the dividing screen to retrieve
set.
your mask. All
Flight
electronic
directors
devices, including
are
mobile
on.
phones, must be switched off, and all headsets must be removed whenever the engines are running on the ground.
Auto
during
brake
takeoff,
set.
approach,
Ground
and landing.
spoilers are
Please
set.
ensure your mobile phone and any devices that can send or receive calls or text messages remain off for the flight. Any items with a flight safe mode should have this feature enabled now. Some electronic devices can be used once we're airborne. Please check High Life magazine. Take care your hand baggage isn't blocking the aisles or exits. It must be put under the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker. But place items in the locker carefully, as they may fall and injure someone.
Trim to 1 up.
As we prepare for takeoff, please make sure that your tray table is put away. Your seat
And
is
flight
upright
controls check.
and your armrest is down.
Full left,
Please stow your individual
full right,
radio screen
neutral,
or footstool if you
full
have them.
forward, full back, neutral,
Finally, take a look at
left,
the safety card
right,
in the seat pocket.
neutral.
If you have any questions, please ask your crew. We
Alright,
hope you have a relaxed and enjoyable
we're
flight.
good. Taxi light coming on. I'll just let everybody know that we are moving.
The cabin is ready.
Gatwick traffic. Speedbird 790 taxiing to runway 26 left via Lima Papa to holding point Bravo 1. Alright, brakes are off. Let's start our taxi. So there's a KLM flight coming in.
Will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
Here is taxiway Papa, which is what we're going to take. You can see the P on the ground. Very nice touch by the designer of the add-on. He's got the Christmas decorations up at the airport. So those flashing lights, and down along the runways there's some snowmen and stuff. We're going to kill the overhead. We will do our check. And the cabin.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
We'll watch our speed here. There are a couple aircraft around. KLM flight coming in, and there is a, not sure who DHK is, but they're coming in as well. There's somebody there. Keep going. Just checking the active aircraft chart. I think I've left on live traffic, which is not a good idea, so I've got everybody else in here too. Oh well. When we get down to the taxi point, I'll look and see if I can shut it off. Oh, there is an aircraft on final. So we're not going to go out yet. Hold here. Let's see. Can I play with traffic? Not from here, I can't. That's fine. Okay, let's go through our before takeoff checklist. Parking brake is set. Flight instruments are checked. Engine instruments are checked. Takeoff data is set. Landing lights I'm gonna leave off. Pitot heat is on. Transponder is on. PWS is on. Radar is on. That's closed. Everything else is good. So KLM 44 is on the way in. Ooh, so let me send a message. holding taxi way Bravo 426 left EGKK. Send. So I think that's him there, and that's the other guy that I see coming around. So we should be able to roll out after this guy and then take off. Right after. There's a lot of lights out there. Oh, there he is. Holy cow, he's got all his lights off. Alright, so we should be able to... position and hold. Runway. 26 Lima. EGKK. Alright, let's get out there. We'll get our lights on. So as soon as this guy says he's clear, we can go. Alright, let's get out of here. V1, rotate. There's the snowman. Alright, we're up. Gear up. Ground spoilers are in. Flaps going up. Oh, we got a speed limit of 220. So we're going to come back to 220. Thrust to climb, and we want 4,000 feet. Start to level off. There's 4,000. Not sure why I didn't get the warning there. Hold about 4,000. We're going to make our turn around. little high. Watch the altitude, guy. Wow, it's giving me the 4,000. Keep the turn going. There's the airport over there. Aircraft that just landed behind us. Alright, let's go autopilot on. That'll take us to the 4,000 feet. Hold us at 220. Get us on our way. We're going to turn the taxi light off. Everything else will stay on at the moment. There's London under some low cloud. Alright, so we've passed by there. We can go to 250. Once we pass by here, we can head up to 5,000 feet. We'll go up to 5,000. And we're going to be at 5,000 a bit until we get to KKE 42, which is the next point here where we make the left turn. Then we climb to 6,000 and slowly work our way out of the lower altitudes around London. It's a 737 coming into Gatwick. It's probably over there this way somewhere. Not a factor. He'll be below us. So basically we're going to fly straight ahead for about 15 miles, as you can see, and then we make this turn, climb up to 6,000, and once we hit about here, we're released to go as high as we need to go, because that takes us out of the London area. It is an interesting pattern they've got. I've mentioned it before with departing aircraft all staying down really low until they get a distance out and everyone else coming down. Considering you've got what, Gatwick, Stansted, Luton, City, and Heathrow all within this area, and everybody coming in. Seems to work. Does keep you low though. Don't know where E-Boss is. Alright, there's our left turn. See down into the outskirts of the greater London area. A few patches of low cloud. We'll be flying over the Thames estuary. It's up ahead here. And then out over the North Sea. EGCC, that's Manchester. Well, it looks like Manchester, or that northern area, is offline. Oh, most of England's gone offline. But we are going to pick up Amsterdam Center. If it stays up when we're about halfway over the North Sea. Alright, so 3 miles. We hit our exit point for the SID, Standard Instrument Departure, and we can start to climb to our cruising altitude of 37,000 feet. And there we go. So speed goes to managed, and altitude will go to manage. And we're going to start our climb. see, we're going to proceed up and then turn out over the North Sea. A little bit of cloud off to our left. That's the stuff we're looking at here over London. Over here, not much. Barometer, our altimeter goes to barometer standard pressure 1013 in hectopascals to 902 in inches of mercury. Alright, so let's see, landing lights will come off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight speech things to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live speech and case library.
So we're probably not going to get any air traffic until we get somewhere up around here. Due to the fact we're going up in the North Sea, and the ones that are active are all down in this, have boundaries around here. So we'll see what happens. There's the view out of the window. Again, another night flight, but it's kind of what you get here in the winter in the northern hemisphere. I'll leave you with this for a little while, and you can sit back and enjoy the flight. Catch up with you in a bit.
promised this one.
Perhaps your partner has been called away.
Oh, I see he's coming now.
It's too much, do you know?
Forgive me, Your Excellency, but Mademoiselle has promised me this dance.
Oh, well, I must return to my official duties.
You serve Mademoiselle.
Au revoir.
Excellence.
Well, did you get it?
Yes?
What took you so long?
Long did the ambassador bore you.
Is everything all right?
Quite all right for me. I could quite easily have taken it away myself.
Oh, we might have had trouble. It's better to use Carl.
You might still have some trouble.
You could better go.
Would you want to say goodbye to your admirer, the ambassador?
Afraid to. You have sold our country with the information in that book.
It's this country, too. Its politics perhaps are not the same as yours.
Perhaps.
It doesn't necessarily mean that a sense of duty differs from yours.
If you think that, why do you help me?
Oh, not because of politics. I love adventure.
Is that all?
No, not entirely all.
What time does the plane leave tomorrow morning?
8 o'clock.
Collect the diary from Carl at 7.
I pick her up at 6:30.
We are a little early.
Miss Medicare is expecting us. Oh. Your master's expecting us.
Yes, at 7, monsieur. Excuse me.
Tell your master that we're here before you. No, after you. Carl. Carl.
I'm afraid that monsieur is out, but he will be back. If monsieur and madame will wait.
We can't wait. We are in a hurry. Sit down. Where did he go to?
I do not know, monsieur.
When did he go?
Monsieur, do not know.
Carl's double-crossed us.
So it would appear. Paid this fellow not to talk. Well, I make you talk.
No, there isn't time. I give you a choice. A bullet or 200,000 francs. You have 15 seconds to make up your mind.
Well, pal, I sure wish it was me. Trieste or Gay Paris? I'll take Trieste.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, sure. There's more variety. Serbs and Croats and Bulgarians, Austrians and Italians. Yeah, and Turks and Greeks.
Hey, are you talking about girls?
Why, sure.
Well, looks like I'm gonna do a little globe trotting, huh? What? Pardonnez-moi, mon ami.
Part to 2.
What?
I said part to 2.
Yeah.
Darling, I thought you weren't ever coming.
Sorry, I overslept. You've been waiting long.
About half an hour. I almost didn't come.
Why not?
I don't know. Oh, George, even now there's time to change our minds.
Oh, no, there isn't.
Alors, monsieur, au travail?
Well, we just got flagged for copyright material, even though it was apparently a public domain film. We just got flagged for copyright material. So what I'm going to do is I'll kind of leave you with this view off the wing. I'll put on some music I know is safe, and yeah, I'll leave you with that. All right, once again, we'll see you in a bit.
Our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note we only accept credit cards.
Ticket 068, contact Sweden for me on frequency. Oh, they've changed the Sweden control. Stand by. 068, there is now no further APC available for you. Your next controller will be Sweden Foxtrot on 124.430 in approximately 100 miles.
One to two decimal eight for the moment, thank you.
Anthony, Tango Victor, same for you, sir. It will be Unicom 122.8 for now, but your next controller will be Spin Air, will be Sweden Foxtrot on frequency 124.430 and approximately 100 miles.
Thank you. Finna 6 Tango Victor, Unicom 122.8, good night.
You're in 2601, same for you, sir. Next controller will be Sweden Foxtrot in 100 miles. And so Unicom 122.8 and then 124.430. Good day.
Unicom 122.800. Thank you for your control seat. 12601.
North Shuttle 153 Lima. Can you see what the next waypoint will be, please, sir? Kilo 790 Copenhagen, good evening, squawk 2207.
Copenhagen, hello, approach 1890.
Please 1890 Copenhagen, good evening, continue flight level 380. Northwest 6021 for spacing, fly radar heading 360.
For spacing, heading 360, correct?
Heading 360, 360.
360, last flying 6021.
London Chicago 8619, I have leaving the holding over Alpha Lima Sierra.
Defender 8619, roger. Defender 20, Mike Kilo, time to leave to you, sir, will be time 22.
Time to 2 to leave the holding over Alpha Lima Sierra, Lufthansa 20 Kilo.
Good evening, Copenhagen Control, North-Trans 153 Lima, flight level 260.
North-Trans 153 Lima, Copenhagen, good evening. Continue files for now, estimated on, yes, currently no estimated delays in Copenhagen.
Copy for 153 Lima.
Vox 155, even my airspace therefore you may have terminated anti-Unicom. Next station for you, sir, will be Sweden Foxtrot 124.430 in 100 miles.
Unicom 1228, Alpha 155, good beer.
SGN 19 Golf, Mike, thank you, sir. Cut, I haven't got a clue what your next station will be, sir, but it'll be Unicom 122-8 for now. Goodbye.
Unicom 122.8 and 19 Golf, Mike. Bye-bye.
3129, same for you, sir. Leave my airspace radar services on now terminated. Unicom 122-8. Next station will be Sweden Foxtrot in 124.430. Goodbye.
Fisher 129, yeah, we're leaving the airspace because Unicom, and the next station will be the Sweden Foxtrot control. Thanks very much, bye-bye.
Control, Scandinavia 927. Can we proceed flight level 360? Scandi 927A from 360 is approved as requested.
So as you can hear, we're back on ATC.
Driving 360, thank you very much for the approval. Scandinavia 97.
So up and around, okay. So the weather is 4 degrees, winds are out of the south at 12 knots, and 1012 is the altimeter, so we'll set that in here. So that's all set. We're now approaching the coast of Denmark, and I'm just looking up the charts for what we're going to want here as we come in.
Copenhagen Control, route flight 6021. We can stop turning at flight level 340 for spacing, just correct, or better.
No, flight 6021, firm, stop climb 350.
Okay, 350, and then resume flight time?
Anytime, so as soon as you reach 350, resume flight time at that point.
Right, thank you.
Zero 790, it's for Gothenburg this evening, it's the Mackerel 3 Sierra arrival, runway 21. When ready, descend flight level 120.
Ready, prepare for the Mackerel 3 arrival, and when ready, descend to flight level 120, Speedbird 790.
Speedbird 790, it's the Mackerel 3 Sierra arrival, runway 21 at Gothenburg this evening. When ready, descend flight level 120.
Roger, Mackerel 3 Sierra arrival for ILS runway 210 and descend to flight level 120 when ready. Speedbird 790. Alright, let me just get myself organized. I got us descending not too early, but it's not bad. Alright, so we're gonna go whoop. Alright, let's get you back to where you should be. 120. So we're going to start down 2,000 feet. And we'll bring the speed back a little bit and control our descent. So the air traffic control is not up in the western part of Sweden where we're going, so we're going to get cut out shortly on our own, unless they come back online. There's a whole massive aircraft heading north up to that Santa's Village place in northern Finland. Looks busy up there.
Privilege 587, Copenhagen, good evening. Continue asphalt, point level 360, no delay. We would like to climb to flight level 370, privilege 587. privilege 587. Yes, we can make that happen at climb flight level 370.
That's on level 370, okay, privilege 587.
I'm gonna try to.
Privilege 180, leaving my airspace radar services terminated time 22, Unicom 122.8, next control level. 124430 in 100 miles. Goodbye.
Didn't actually clean things up.
Unicom 1228, privilege 1890, bye.
November 20 Mike Kilo, hold is cancel time 23, resume navigation.
Resume own navigation, Lufthansa 20 Mike Kilo. We are continuing direct Miknar.
Lufthansa 20 Mike Kilo, roger.
I'm going to work to maintain my descent speed at 280. And I think for now we will just turn the in-flight music off. So that was a little annoying about the movie. The place I got it from said it was public domain. Oh well. It's I've deleted it from my computer, so that won't be an issue moving forward. The only thing I wish they had on the IVAO map was a scale.
9927, you are now leaving my airspace. Radar services terminated, run 22 at there, simulate, have a safe flight, goodbye.
Thank you very much for your services, have a nice evening.
Denmark Control, good evening. Eurotrans 87 Heavy, flight level 370.
Eurotrans 87 Heavy, Copenhagen, good evening. Radar contact, flight level 370, continue. Brake station calling, call sign only.
1115, flight level 370.
2155 Copenhagen, good evening. Radar contact, flight level 350, continuous file, no delay.
Continuous file, 1115, thank you.
Go to 1800 feet for the descent. Just slow it down slightly.
Lufthansa 6021, you are now leaving my airspace. Radar services on our terminated time 25. Next station will be Sweden 124430 in 100 miles. Unicom 122.8. Goodbye.
Unicom 122.8, thanks for failures, North Fly 6021.
So we have a lot of cloud cover in Gothenburg. Apparently it's pretty low, so it's going to be a ILS approach.
The cockpit for a few minutes.
Mike Kilo, please ask questions or call back on frequency.
We'll call back to 0 Mike Kilo.
So we're just coming up to the coast of Denmark. We're passing through 26,500. So we've still got a ways to go. I think our approach actually starts about here. So they're bringing us down pretty early.
Flight level 390.
Foxtrot Tango Victor 058 Copenhagen, hello. Continue as far as radar contact flight level 390.
Folder for 280. So I've got altitude restrictions for the most part. I don't have speed restrictions until we're pretty much
Unicom 1228, no,
into
Shutter
the
153.
star.
North Shuttle 153 Lima, leaving my airspace, radar service terminated, next frequency will be Sweden, 124430 in 100 miles, first flight, goodbye.
Copenhagen Control, good evening. Scandinavian Proper Mike on Federal 350 outbound loop.
Scandinavian Proper Mike Copenhagen, hello. For separation purposes, fly radar heading 360. Radar contact flight level 348. Scandinavian 4, Papa Mike, Copenhagen, good evening. Flight radar contact flight level 350 for separation, flight radar heading 360.
Service reduce air flight heading 360, Scandinavian 4, Papa Mike.
Privilege 587, leaving my airspace, radar services terminated, time 129. Mission change is approved. Next station will be Sweden, 124430 in 100 miles. Safe flight, goodbye.
Contact Unicom 123, thank you for service. Online privilege 537.
So as I said, there's a massive fleet of
Copenhagen
aircraft.
Control, UPS for Papa, good evening, sir. Mount Elkemon, flight level 370.
Flying up north.
UPS Papa Copenhagen, good evening. Radar contact flight level 370. Continue as filed for now. No expected delay.
UPS for Papa, continuing a hold on flight level 370 and expecting a delay.
See, there's all the approach stuff on arrival. It definitely got some weather coming up. We're kind of in it right now by the looks of it. See the lights reflecting off the clouds. It would appear to be on the western side of Copenhagen. Kind of runs up along like this. We're over, just crossing over the coast, the western coast of Copenhagen now. We're near Holstebro and Struer, or just north of Struer.
West Side Cargo 86190, leaving my airspace. Radar services terminated, Unicom 122, desolate. Next controller will be Sweden, 124430 in 100 miles. Safe flight, goodbye.
With Unicom 1228, next controller, Sweden Foxtrot in 100 miles. Thanks for your service, stay healthy, and Merry Christmas. Love to Cargo 8649.
Yoke 877 for you, so Unicom 122, desolate. Next controller is Sweden Foxtrot on 124430 in 100 miles. In the meantime, Unicom 122, decimal 8. Goodbye.
Unicom 122, decimal 8, Eurofront 87 Navy on contact, Sweden control in 12 miles. Bye bye.
Yeah, definitely got busy out there. Not getting word of any icing. So we're okay so far.
Yep, yes. For Papa, request out of cockpit for 2 minutes.
Yes, talk about out of cockpit is approved. Time 32, report back on frequency.
Yep, yes. For Papa, out of cockpit approved, and I will call you back.
So,
Scandinavian 4 from Mike, requesting your head.
our estimated arrival is 25 minutes. Might be a bit longer than that since they brought us lower.
Fly radar heading 020 for now, and I'll put you back on your routing shortly.
Heading 020, Scandinavian 4 from Mike.
Icing detected. Alright. Anti-ice going on. Little bit of turbulence, so let's get the seat belts on.
Please return to your seat as the seatbelt sign is now on.
GPS for Papa, back in the cockpit.
Turn that down a little bit. Seems like some of them are pretty loud. We're down to 1312. Holding at 250 knots.
STV058, leave my airspace, radar services have been terminated to time 36. Unicom 122, decimate. Next controller will be Sweden Foxtrot 124430 in 100 miles. Have a safe flight, goodbye.
It's nice he's sending those texts out to all the aircraft he's got switching over, just in case they miss the call. I turned off the radio effect to see if he was a little bit clearer, but it really didn't make that much of a difference. So here we are, stable at 12,000. We're well under the approach. It doesn't have minimums, it's got maximums, so we're well under them. So we're going to be here at 12,000 feet for a little while. Oh, it looks like we came out of the clouds for a little bit. You can see some honors clouds going by. Looks like we're going to be in and out. DLH 20MK 737-800. 737-800, Air A319, 74-7400, A320 and us, an A320neo.
Lufthansa 2, Mike Kilo, you are now leaving my airspace, radar service at time 38, Unicom 122, Decimal Lake, next controller will be Sweden Foxtrot 124430 in 100 miles. Have a safe flight, goodbye.
That's the 787-300. They're leaving now.
Lufthansa 20, Mike Kilo. Lufthansa 20, Mike Kilo, Copenhagen. Scandinavian 4 Papa Mike from Copenhagen, resume own navigation time at 39.
Okay, say again please.
Scandi 4 Papa Mike time 39, resume own navigation.
Resume on navigation, Scandinavian 4 Papa Mike.
Not a lot of traffic around us.
Speedbird 790, continue your descent, flight level 090, level back to mackerel.
Descend 090, Speedbird 790. Sorry, Copenhagen, was that direct to Macquarie?
Speedbird 790, direct to mackerel and descend flight level 090, level at mackerel.
Speedbird 790, roger, direct to Macquarie, flight level 090, level at Macquarie. Not sure if I can do that. Let's go direct to Macquarie first. Let's see how far that is. 60 miles.
Lufthansa 20, Mike Kilo, Copenhagen control. Scandinavian 4 Papa Mike, you are now leaving control airspace, radar services terminated time 42, Unicom 122, Decimal 8, next controller will be Sweden Foxtrot 124430 in a 100 miles, have a safe flight, goodbye.
Unicom 1 to Decimal 8, next controller and 10 miles, 124430, have a nice evening, bye bye.
There's Copenhagen below us. The eastern part of Copenhagen. Coming out of those clouds that were built up behind us there. And there's the airport and part of our approach, and we come up, do a loop to the right and then down and in. So he should shortly kick us loose, since there's still nothing out there. There's 11,000 feet. I'm assuming this is what he wants. Slow descent down to 9,000, so we're at 9,000 by the time we get to Macquarie there. And it looks like that's when he's gonna kick us loose, just as we get to Macquarie. That's the edge of his control zone. So we're going to bring the speed back to 250.
Lufthansa 20 Mike Kilo, sorry, we're switching to Unicom, bye-bye.
Lufthansa 20 Mike Kilo, Unicom 122 decimal, come on.
Copenhagen Control, good evening sir, Austrian 153, flight level 350, 6 miles south of Elkin.
Austrian 153, Copenhagen, hello. So 350, radar contact at time 4, will continue as filed, no delay at time.
Continuous flight, Austrian 153, thank you.
Hello Radar, this is Istanbul 9 Sierra Quebec, flight level 350 VQ.
10850 is correct. It's 10,000 feet.
Yeah, Istanbul 9 Sierra Quebec, Copenhagen, hello. Route direct to Macquarie, Mike Alpha Kilo Uniform Romeo.
Direct Macquarie, Istanbul 9 Sierra Quebec.
We're just coming up to the edge of Copenhagen. There's the coast. Slowly descending down to 9,000 feet. Speed's down. So we're going to be a little delayed. Again, they brought us down early and that slowed us down. Given the weather, I'm going to change our decision height to 100, which is the Cat 2. Because the clouds are pretty low. This airplane is capable of auto landing on a Cat 3.
Just I need my airspace, radar service turn time 47, Unicorn 122 there, late next controller, with Sweden Foxtrot 124, 430 in 100 miles. So that's right, good night.
UPS 4 Papa is monitoring Unicom 122.8 and after a few miles contacting Sweden Control. Thanks for your service, bye bye.
So there we are at 9,000 feet. All all nicely leveled out. $20 miles to Macor. So again, we're on the Macor 3S. And we have to be under.
790, leaving my airspace, further descent with Unicom 122 is there, simulate, have a safe landing, goodbye.
22.8 for Speedbird 790, good day. Alright.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in a full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
So after we make this turn, the next point we have to be above 8,000, and after that it's 5,000, and then our speed reduces and we go down to 3,000, and it's a 3,000 foot approach capture. Just gonna take a look at something. See if there's a difference in the charts. Nah, not really. Alright. Sorry about that. You can see the cloud out here. So if we go back to our message, take a look at that weather report. You can see it says freezing rain, that's the BR, and broken at 500 feet. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit messy. Good thing is it is a nice long runway, so we got plenty of room. I've got the anti-ice still on. So now we're just making our way up to the next point, as we are now on the approach, or will be as soon as we hit Macor here in 3 miles. We do have some terrain around, so we're going to have to watch that. So I am going to go into terrain mode for myself, and we'll leave first officer on radar, weather radar. So we'll keep our speed at 250 for now. Now on the real plane, you can put in things like holds, because there are established procedures at certain points that are charted. So you could say enter a hold at this point and it will do it. We don't have that ability, so you kind of got to hand fly them. It looks like we're going to fly just to the east of Gothenburg once we make that turn, that left turn ahead. And then we'll swing around and come in from the northeast. And the ground winds were 260 at 12. So we're going to have a bit of a left crosswind. Yeah, so we're going to be about 5 to 10 minutes later than expected. See a little bit of cloud around. So we're going to be going through some heavy cloud, and right around the airport you can see all the red. That means it's pretty intense with precipitation. There's the coast starting to come in. And NGG, is that the correct one? It is 1085. So the ILS is appearing. Alright, so there's our turn. GG 904, which is where we want to head to. And we're going to drop down to 8,000 as well. Some low-level clouds down there. I mean, it said the temperature was 4, but it's still subject to icing. Now it's showing 4 degrees. Alright, so we're good on that. So we're going to engage you. We're going to go to low on the auto brakes. So at 903, it's 20 nautical miles around here to the threshold of runway 21 as a reference. Alright, there's 8,000 feet. We're just skimming the top of these clouds. Should go to GG 904 or 903. Well, we just passed 904. So we're going to descend to 5,000. And we'll speed back to 240. Then at GG415, we want 3,000. Above 3,000, so we'll be descending to 3,000. 230 on the speed. We have to be at 5,000 by the time we hit CI-21. So that'll be fine. Everything is good. Seatbelts are on. No swings on. Ground spoilers are on. Anti-ice is on. Landing lights are on. Taxi light is on. It's got to go into manage speed once we get down to the next point. So that's us through there. So we'll continue down to 3,000 feet, and that can come back to 230. In fact, we're going to go into approach mode, or speed manage mode. We're in approach mode. It's 5,000 feet. And there we're descending. Glide slope's coming up. Not seeing all the cloud they said was here. We're going to depart to the left once we're down. It's 4,100 feet. Terrain's starting to come in. I'm going to be at 210. We should be slowing down to 210 by the time we hit this point. GG 410. I do not have a distance to the runway. Right now it's greater than 10 miles. There's our next point. And that's 3,000 feet at 310 knots. And we're starting to slow down. And level off. And that blue dot should be the intercept point. Alright, there's a glide slope, so we're going to go on to approach mode. Localizer is looking for capture. Glide slope is starting to come down. So flaps 1. Speed is coming down. Eight miles to the runway. Speed is under 200, flaps 2. Glide slope is captured. Speed is reducing. 7.5 miles, gear down. All right. Three green, flaps 3. There's our wind. It's a little bit strong out here. Ground is starting to come in as we descend. We're on the glide slope. We're on the localizer. Flaps full. Five miles to the runway. Well, there's the cloud. All right, 1,500 feet above the ground. You can see the mountains and stuff starting to come in, the hills and the valleys. Radar altimeter is showing 1,300 feet. Decision height is set for 100. Three miles from the runway. I think that you're going to see that altitude drop pretty quickly as we come up some hill. Sure is flickering around. 2.5 miles to the runway. No visual. Oh, I'm starting to see some ground. On glide slope on localizer. Outskirts of Gothenburg passing under us. I have the indicators. 1.5 miles to the runway. Approach lights in sight. Runways in sight. Autopilot's off.
300. 100 above. Minimum.
Landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Down reversers on, auto brake on. Speed coming down. 70 knots, reversers are off. Alright. Auto brakes off. We're going to roll down to the next exit on the right, taxiway Delta, and we'll take that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 9:06 p.m. and it's currently about 4 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you.
Alright.
We apologize for the delay.
Flaps up.
Please coordinate with airline staff as necessary.
Landing lights are off.
Flights or vouchers.
TCAS is off. Radar is off. And PWS is off. APU is starting. Taxi over to the gates now. Anti-ice is off. We got the side on and we got the main on. Alright. Let's head to the gates. It's a general ramp and there's the terminal building over there. So we're 10 minutes later than planned. Again, that's because ATC brought us down early, which because we left the higher elevations slowed us down. Alright, so we're going to go in. This is Kilo coming up. We're going to go in at Juliet. That's Kilo. We want Juliet, which is the next one. Should be right here. There she is. And there should be gates available right ahead of us here. Here we go. Nobody's here, which is perfect. Let's bring it in. And there we go. Welcome to Gothenburg. The parking brake is on. Alright, we'll kill the taxi lights for one. They're a little blinding. We'll get the dome on so we can see what we're doing. So the parking brake is set. Thrust level reserved idle. Ground contact is established. We have no external power. That's fine. We'll use our APU. Turn that on now. Engine masters are off. Beacon, can't turn it off. We'll turn the nav lights off. Seatbelt signs will come off. Anti-ice is off. Flight directors and landing systems will come off. Beacon, like I said, we can't do. ECAM status is normal. And everything else is good. Well, folks, that's going to do it for today's flight. We got a little bit busy on the air traffic control over Copenhagen, but other than that, not too bad. Thanks for flying with us, and it's another dark night here as we come into the destination airport. We'll see you next time, flying again tomorrow at 1400 Zulu. That flight will be from Bucharest, Romania to London Heathrow Airport. Hope to see you then. Bye for now.